Okay, now we're recording. And also, we had a successful goods and service auction, the silent auction and the stallion service auction helped to support our member programs. We successfully were able to integrate finally credit card charging into our website for members, and we hope to soon be able to allow full registrations on the website as well, directly through that. So we look forward to that. We were also able to bring back. Oops, can you go back one, Kelly? Thank you. Bring back the member grants. That was something that the MC is going to give an update on. So please stay for that part so you can hear about that. We're very excited. And we also were able to continue to support the NASST. Some of our goals for 2026 are to integrate a marketplace option on our website for members with Iconic. We are also looking to revamp our members committees and also to include more member involvement. So also the MC will give an update on that pretty soon. So please listen in if you're interested. And then we are also hoping to implement occurring host mentors for some of our new hosts that will be hosting currings just to help make sure that if they have any questions that they have a go-to person. And I think that's really important for new hosts to have someone to help them do that. And also we are going to try to make more of a presence at Breed Association at larger equestrian events. One of the things that we just recently did was Live Oak. So also they will give an update on that later. I think it was very successful and we look forward to more events in the future this year. Okay, I will hand the reins over to Carly.
Carly is actually at a horse show, so I will be stepping in today on behalf of the members committee. Hello, everybody. My name is Erica Sens. Our members committee, as you can see, is now 7 folks instead of 5, which we'll touch on in a minute. But we are thrilled to be supported by Carly, Terry, myself, Lisa, Anna, Shannon, and Sarah. And if you don't mind, Kelly, going to the next slide. So some of our highlights for 2025. First, we've officially expanded the committee from 5 to 7 members. This allows for broader representation and more capacity to help support initiatives across the organization. Many hands make a job light. We have also launched a regional meeting program, which is allowing us to connect more directly with members at a local level versus just at a national North American level, if you will, and to help strengthen engagement throughout the year. Another exciting update is the expansion of our awards program. So in 2024, we added hunters and jumpers, and in 2025, we've added both eventing and combined driving, continuing to better reflect the diversity of disciplines within the community of the KWPN-NA. We've also, if you haven't heard it, got an incredible podcast hosted by members committee member Lisa. We are actively looking for topics and ideas and contributors. So if you are interested in being involved in any way, whether you are happy to talk and help Lisa with that, or you've got a great idea that you think we should be talking about, please reach out to the members committee. Please reach out to Lisa. We would love to hear from you. And finally, scholarships. So we are very excitingly offering an annual general meeting scholarship, which includes a $500 travel grant and complimentary meeting enrollment. So this is open to any member who hasn't attended an AGM before, and applications will be due on December 1st for the following year. So December 1st, 2026 for next year's AGM. In addition, we are very excited to announce that we're awarding 2 $2,000 grants each year moving forward to help support both horse and rider development. So these are open across the disciplines that are represented by the KWPN-NA, juniors, young riders, amateurs, professionals, with one grant that will be for riders 25 and under and one for riders over 25. So these funds can be used for things like lessons, competitions, clinics, or any other educational opportunity. Applications for the first one will be due next February, and we will move forward with announcing those recipients at the AGM. So start getting your information together. We will announce when we're ready with that application. But overall, these efforts are really focused on increasing access, supporting the development of our members, and creating more opportunities for our members to engage and grow. Thanks so much, everybody.
So next we'll have Tracy Geller giving our fundraising committee report. So thank you, Tracy.
Hey guys, nice to see everybody here. I'm going to briefly touch on our two auctions, our Stallion Service auction and our Goods and Services, which was formerly our AGM silent auction. These numbers are from 2025, so the Stallion Service auction that we just completed is not this one. That's going to be for next year's presentation, but it was a successful auction. I think we sold pretty much all but 3 lots, and I think given the current climate, we did really well with it. So we'll have more details on that later. But for our 2025 auction, the admins were myself and Liz Van Werden, and our team members were Megan Diggeray, Kathy Hickerson, Kelly Station, and Drew Kemmerling. We had 43 lots, which represented 54 stallions, 22 hunter jumper eventer types, 23 dressage, 6 harness, and 3 gelders. Those numbers of donations were down from 50 lots with 64 stallions in 2024, and I think that's a trend we're seeing a bit of, but regardless, the auction raised $33,625, and we have to deduct about $1,300 in fees to the auction house and the payment processing. So, but to be 70% of our bidders covered the auction fees, which is really gracious, and we thank you for that. 2024, for some perspective, we raised $47,625 less our fees. 2023, $47,080 less fees. So we're kind of seeing it, 2023 and 24, we kind of held steady. I think we're just kind of seeing a little bit of a decline in, breeding and so forth. So we, hopefully that will rally, but that's kind of where we are at present with that. But we're really, really lucky that we have a lot of faithful stallion owners and bidders, because there were some stallions in other auctions that didn't do as well as they did in ours. So I think we have a really good support system, and we offer a really nice auction to people. So we're continuing to get nice donations, and I think our stallion owners are happy with the really good promotion that Liz does for them. So it's a really nice benefit. Goods and services auction. This is where we have the tack, feed, merchandise, riding lessons, artwork, etc. And your admins again on that were myself and Liz, and our team members were Caitlin Hamer, Anna Beal, Judy Reggio, Erica Sentz, Megan Digray, and Judy Nishi. And we thank all those people for their help. It's a lot of work, and nobody likes to ask people for stuff, but everybody does a great job of bringing things together that help to raise funds for our organization. So last year we had 108 lots, and we raised 10,360 minus our 571 in fees. And then on that auction, we had 68% of our bidders covering the auction fees. So again, thank you. Going forward, we are hoping to start getting a little bit earlier working on that goods and services. So we're accepting donations for that throughout the year. If you guys are interested in donating, or you want to help on either of these fundraisers, that would be really great. Go ahead and reach out. But yeah, thanks everybody. Thanks for listening. And, yeah.
Can I add something to that?
Of course you may, anytime.
Well, I want to, send out the word that a lot of the donors to this auction are actually really happy that they can participate, because we offer, a huge reach on social media, especially for promoting their products, goods and services that they donate, especially for like organizations that that just started, or they have a new brand, or they just changed their service or whatever, and they want to get the word out to the equestrian community. I think this auction also offers a great opportunity for promotion for them.
I agree with you, absolutely. And we did have a lot of new people come on. Like Iconic, for an example, was a really big supporter this year, and it gave us the opportunity to make to develop a relationship with them for future services. So I agree with you. It's a great opportunity, low cost for people to get the best bang for their buck advertising dollars.
Right, and you can also consider like donating a gift card or something, just to spread the word about your services and goods. Yeah. So Thank you, everyone.
So now we'll move on to Sandy Harper. She is our treasurer, and she will be giving our financial report.
Yep, just had to get unmuted and all. Okay, thank you, Kel. Next slide. Okay, this is the final 2025 account versus the budget. And budgets are really good. I'll say that a couple times because since we've been doing budgets, it's helped us to keep track of everything and also make sure our spending doesn't go too far and our income can come up. So, but you'll see we do lose a little money, but we are a nonprofit, so that's okay. So the total budget revenues or the total revenues in 2025 were $536,067. Our budgeted amount was $55,058,768.69. And that's 9% less than the estimated revenue budget goal. So we are a little less on the budget, but continuing on, we did in expenses, we made we spent $545,436, and our total budget was $579,172, and actually that was 6% less than budget spending goal. So we didn't spend as much money as was budgeted, which was good, but it all added up to a negative 9,368 loss. But still, that loss was better than last year. It was 19,000. So if you can look at the next one, Kelly. So this is 2025 compared to 2024. And yeah, we had registration and funding raising incomes fell 5.3% and 34% respectively. The membership fees are up. They seem to be up every year, which is good. But we did, in our gross profit, it does say 53% less there, but it was actually better than last year. It was 53% less than more than last year. So we're better there. Then of course the auctions and the SSA helped bring in money then. Yeah, the net income, yeah, 53% more because we lost 9,368, but the year previously, 2024, we lost 19,791. So we're still looking good as far as bringing in money, and we want to continue to support our Currings and our regional AGMs, awards, futurities, and educational programs, as well as the new scholarships that we're very excited about. Next slide, Kel. So in the bank account, we have 3 accounts, trying to split it up so if banks fail, we still are insured. Anyway, the total in January 1 was $726,455 with the 3 different accounts. The Chase account is our major account with both savings and checking in there. The CD account is a Fidelity investment account. And we put 200,000 in, and it's moving up every year with investments in CDs. And then we have another side account, the Bank of America account, for 240,000 in there. In December 31st, the end of last year, our closing balance in the 3 accounts was 828,500, which was a big goal. But that big contributor was in January. Our Oregon property sold and was paid off 98,727. So the bank account growth remains positive for the past 4 years, and its supporting factors have been the results of the auctions, good membership and registration, and income from the sale of the Oregon office. And from the CDs interest that we've made, that's where we're planning to take the money to offer the grants for the applicants in the writing that the MC just explained to you all. And we're very excited about this to offer grants for the AGM meeting 2027 and the writers in under 25 and over 25. So hopefully you get your applications in. Next slide. This is just a spreadsheet on the sale of the Oregon office, really good. We sold it for 180,000 and we made in interest almost 30,000. So we've, sold it for, we made about 210,000 on this. So next slide, Kel. Just to note that the AGM does lose money every time we hold it. The signups and sponsorships, banquet auction, and the silent auction, that helps to come to a break-even point. So whenever you can sponsor and support our auctions, it's very hopeful that you'll do that. And as every Liz had said, that you do get really good advertisement for it. So also, the Currings lose about 50,000. And the past 3 years, but and we do not want to raise our income or our fees on that. So we're just keeping them steady. We haven't raised our membership fees, so we're keeping that steady. We just want to support our membership as well as we can. And also just to make sure we are now on a credit card basis when you sign up for the Currings and the membership and the registration, you can pay by credit card right away because it's very difficult and time consuming for us to chase payments. Need to mention that every time. I think that's it, Kel. Oh no, one more. Yeah. Okay. So this is the 2026 February year to date, and the new budget. So we base our budgets on previous years and kind of estimate what we should probably hopefully try to keep our budget at. And of course, we do try to, go to a break even kind of point or at least a little bit of profit. So we've got the budget set. And in February, we didn't have a real good month in February, mainly because most of our income from that wonderful meeting in Holland at the Stallion Show, we got the income, and that was documented in 2025. And then all the fees and costs were documented in 2026. So took a lot of money out there. But we are looking to pick it up as we go along in the months ahead. We did lose $42,000 in February, but that should be coming back hopefully this month with the auctions coming in. The Stallion Surface auction hasn't been documented in here yet, so that should help. Budgets work. We've been doing this for a while, and it's really good. We do report the financials once a month at our board of directors meeting to try to keep on track. And thank everybody for that. I don't think do I have another slide? Should have gone through this. Kel, is there another slide? Nope. Okay, now this is for Kelly. She's got a lot of good coming up.
So thanks everybody. We appreciate you joining us. For most of you all who have called the office, you've talked to one or all of us. So I'm the director, Drew Kimmerling. She's our registrar. Rachel was not able to be here today, but she's our office assistant and has kind of moved into our awards coordinator position. She helps me find ideas for what we give for Curring Host gifts, all breeds, champion awards, dressage finals, all those type of things, and helps a lot with that. And she's been here, I think, coming up on 3 years, and Drew just completed her 10th year with us, and I just completed my 9th year. So we're happy to be here and happy to serve you all, and we love our jobs. So Caitlin and the membership committee covered a lot of what we have accomplished over the past year and what we hope to accomplish in the coming years. So I just wanted to kind of give an overview of how we have been performing the last few years. The office moved to Lexington in 2016, and Drew came on then, and I came on in 2017. And so here you can kind of see our membership trends. With the full members, it's kind of stayed, maybe the full members has come down some. We started offering the 3-year membership with a $15 savings. We started that in 2022 and kind of figured in the math that obviously with somebody putting a 3-year membership, you might have a little less of those. But for overall total memberships, we really kind of have been staying fairly steady, and just staying in the 1,050 range. So we're very happy with our participation and the support that all the members have given us. We do have a lot of competitors that are memberships to be participating in our awards program, which they mentioned we're always trying to expand. And it's just kind of a graph to show you where we've been. For registrations, again, kind of staying fairly steady. I think if you look back in 2016, 2017, we were only registering about 350 foals and 550 horses total. And so now we've moved up into the 500 to mid 500 of foals and in the mid 700s for total registration. That includes yearlings, 2-year-olds, and even older horses. Sometimes we get that paddock horse that landed in somebody's home and decided to be a show horse that they decide to register it at age 10. It happens. So just kind of a little graph with total registrations versus foals, yearlings, and 2 years and older. Curring entries, obviously in 2022, after not having currings because of COVID in 20 and 21, we had really solid numbers with over 600 entries. Last year was a little bit of a dip with 458. We always try to cover as much land as we can, area that we can, but it's very difficult with the land mass of both the US and Canada. And we are hoping to continue to offer more sites, new hosts, new areas, new regions, to try to serve everybody as best we can. So a little bit of a decline in curring entries. Hopefully we can get that back up. And that's kind of it. I've got a tentative curring schedule. It's going to run August 31st through about November 9, both.
Not November.
Good Lord, where'd that come
That
from?
would be very long.
That would be very long. September 9th. The two different judging teams are going to run simultaneously. So that might be a little interesting this year. We've done a little like an overlap before, but both sets of judges will be here for that week to week and a half. And I think I've just got to get the host's final approval and the judge's final approval. And I hope to have that posted on Monday or Tuesday. And that's about it for the office update. We've allotted a little bit of time for some questions. There's down at the bottom of your screen on React, if you click on that, you'll see a thing to raise your hand. You can either unmute and ask your questions or put it in the chat. Looks like maybe we might have some already, and we're ready to answer those questions.
I just want to add, Kelly, maybe mention Liz and what she does for the office as well for our social media part, in case some people don't actually know.
I did leave Liz out, and I'm so sorry because she is a huge part of our team. Sorry about that, Liz. So I think most everybody, I'd say if anything, they know Liz better than they know me. She is so active on social media. She's laughing down there. Liz has been doing and actually I think if there was sent in the e-blast, the program, it gave a little history of what Liz has been doing for us. She's been handling our social media and promotions since 2020. Mm-hmm. And since she's now moved back to the Netherlands, she is able to cover events happening at the KWPN headquarters. She's got videos and interviews that are super. You'll see some of those here in a little bit when we give the updates from the AGM Part 1. She is completely invaluable, and we're very lucky to have her. And she's really, I'm ashamed to say she probably can tell us the statistics on how much I do know when I first started here, our newsletter open rates was about 25 to 28%. And we have pretty steady over 50% open rates on our e-blast. The Facebook and Instagram engagement has grown exponentially, and she's just been doing a super job with that. And since I'm terrible at it, I'm really grateful to her. So, Liz, do you want to say a little something?
That's enough of my job, and I really hope that I can go report on more stuff. I just love reporting for you guys and posting it on social media and managing the Facebook and the Messenger and talking to members. And yeah, I just love it. So I hope I can do more of it. Thank you for having me on the team.
Very grateful.
Really love it.
I think that it's really worth mentioning that Liz has built our following so much, and the engagement that we get from people online, that it's really unbelievable. I can see the back end of it, and I'm like, wow, we would all be very envious to have that kind of following on our socials. And so I think that helps us as an organization to, draw in sponsorships and, be able to put our money where our mouth is when we say, we do a good job of, advertise with us or sponsor us, because we can get you the promotion that a lot of people would really dream about. So I want to say thanks, Liz. And I love working with you. You're a great colleague. So
same, 100%. Great team, guys.
Yeah, we're very lucky and running a little bit ahead of schedule. So we'll go ahead. Liz has put a nice little break video together for us that I'll play now. And if
Can
you
I
guys
ask
can,
one question?
sure,
Sorry
absolutely.
to interrupt.
Yeah.
Well, I'm super curious about what you guys agreed on from the board with Iconic, because I think that's a super interesting platform to work together with. I don't know if Laura is on the call, but yeah, I'm very curious to hear what the board has decided on possible integration with the app or something.
I think Caitlin had that listed as one of our either accomplishments or goals, that we are definitely going to implement that and look forward to working with them.
Yeah, Tracy, you spoke to her too, and I think Laura was on the podcast with Lisa.
Yep, she was there. Actually, it was a really good episode. It was really interesting, just from a perspective of like how to use Iconic, how what they're working toward, and just the general climate of marketing horses in this day and age. So it's actually really interesting. I really enjoyed listening to it. I love listening to Lisa's podcasts. They're always really engaging, and Lisa does a great job. She's an awesome host. She asks great questions, and is really able to relate to her guests. So I think that's a really cool talent that she's discovered. Anyway, back to Iconic. Laura gave us a really interesting proposal. It would be, I think she's done something with the American Tricaner Association where they have a link, and it's utilizing the existing Iconic database, but it puts filters on there that's only going to show you, it would link directly from our page, and it's only going to show you KWPN horses. So people would then be able to, browse what's on Iconic. And the cool part about Iconic is it's absolutely free to use. So you're in charge as a user there to have as much information or as little and it's as you want. And it's completely, it's not, there's no cost to it. And, it gives you a place to put good pictures and videos, all the information, and they're working really hard to make it a fully searchable database. So, it's
what
concept.
Well, that sounds super interesting also because when we were at Live Oak, we had the KWPN-NA booth, and there were a lot of people that dropped in the tent. And they questions that we heard frequently were, how can we look on the website to find breeders or sellers of KWPN horses? And for example, in this case, it was specifically aimed at combined drivers. So like driving horses, they were like, which of your breeders can offer me a combined driving horse, and how can I look that up? And is there a page on your website to do that? And I was like, I'm going to bring this back to, the MC and the board and discuss it because, and now with Iconic there, I think there are options, that we can tell
Yeah.
people, hey, like maybe Iconic, I know that you can search for breeders for a specific sports discipline. And yeah, like eventing, hunting, come on, driving, all these sports. People really want to like go to our website and look it up, like which breeder in which state has horses that could be suitable for combined driving, for example. That would be super, I think, for a lot of people.
Yeah, I think it's really, we had a kind of crummy, defunct marketplace option that I personally found it really hard to use. And I can't imagine I'm the only one. So I think I'm really excited. I've been working with Laura a bit personally, and she's just she's just super excited about what she's doing, and she's passionate. And I think that, the fact that she really truly wants to support her breeders and the industry, it's something that we're kind of missing. Social media, she talks about there's just all kinds of noise on social media, and you have to work so hard to use that to sell your horses, and like it's a full-time job just being able to do that. So if there's a way that, having a platform like that can help us, just get the word out about Dutch horses and who's out there and what's available, I think that's really going to be a great starting point. And obviously it's not perfect, but I think that they're really open to suggestions and some new ideas. And so if we think, if once we get in there, there's different functionalities. It's, Laura's really progressive in her thought process. So I think it's something she could be open to, making some adjustments or changes if we see stuff that's needed. So, yeah.
Super.
Anybody else?
Does anybody else have any other questions for the office? The handbook is on the website already. It should be hitting mailboxes soon. And probably one thing is we struggled finding photos this year. So we really encourage everybody, if you had anything, even if you just went to a show, we're always looking for photos to use not only on social media, but to have them in our handbook. It makes it pretty, and everybody likes to look at the pictures along with all of our awards that are in there. And yeah, I will say, so Sarah Alberni has come aboard on our membership committee. She is our Canadian rep, and she has already encouraged some Canadian shows to reach out to us and include in our High Point Dutch Awards. So we've shipped some awards up there and hoping to have a little bit more of a presence in Canada with that. So yeah, just always trying to come up with different ways to recognize and give visibility to our KWPN-NA horses that are succeeding in competition, at our inspections, all. Yep. So if nobody has any other questions, I guess we'll go a little bit